Okay, so you want to be a good residential architect, but you've kind of lost your way. Here are my 5 tips to get you back on track. So tip number 1 is relatively simple. Let me come around to the couch. It is listen to your client. If you're able to listen to your client and genuinely pay attention to what they're having to say, you're going to get a much better outcome both for yourself and for them. Now, I say it this way because we don't want to redraw as architects 100 times to get it right. And some of the time, it is genuinely our fault for not listening to the client. So if you're able to listen to what they have to say and interpret and understand what they've said, you're much more likely to be able to design something that is exactly what they're looking for. Now, as well as being able to listen to the client very intensively, it's also your job to communicate with them on a very personal and humble level. Residential clients, especially luxury residential clients, pay a lot of money to be able to deal with an architect one-on-one and to be able to get your insight and your knowledge. So if you're able to communicate with your client on a very personal level, get to know them, get to know their marriage, get to know their family, this is going to result in a much better outcome for both you and the client and your next client, thanks to the great marketing strategy of word of mouth. Okay, so we completely skipped the intro. So what's going on, guys? My name's David Tomic and welcome back to the channel. I've already spoken about it, and today we are talking about top 5 tips for residential architect. The tip number 3 is very, very critical, and it is important to understand from the get-go. Point number 3 is understanding budget. If you're able to understand budget, you're going to be able to successfully design something that the client wants and be able to retain that all the way through to build. The last thing you want to do is for your client to come to you and say, hey David, I've got a budget of $1 million. Sweet, this is going to be a good project. And then you turn around and design them a $4.5 million mansion that they can't afford. It goes out to tender, it gets tendered, and the builders give you that ridiculous price point. 1, your client is going to be furious. 2, you're going to have to redraw all that for free. And 3, you're going to look like an idiot. So make sure you understand budget and understand it well. If your client comes to you with that $1 million price tag or even $900,000 for argument's sake, and you know in the back of your head, the last project you did, which was roughly the same, cost about $3,000 a square meter. This is a figure I'm pulling out of my head, don't use it in real life. Then you know that you can go ahead and design roughly a 300 square meter property for these clients that's going to cost $900,000 to build. When it comes back from tender, it might come in just under, just over, but a 10% contingency is kind of normal in the industry. So if you're able to be able to design within the budget, within the contingency, you're going to have very, very happy clients. Now, for argument's sake, this is where you actually get paid to do your job. With that $3,000 a square meter, we go on to tip number 4. Be innovative. You need to be innovative where you spend the money. You don't want to go and blow all your money on some ridiculous marble staircase that's tucked behind the corner of a lift shaft. You want to be able to spend that money where people are going to see it and enjoy it. So make sure that you go out and uniquely and thoroughly design every space so you get the best bang for your buck. I know that's a generic saying, but it is very important to be innovative in design and when it comes to budget. And last but not least is tip number 5. As you probably already come aware, working with residential clients is very personal. It means you spend a lot of time getting to know them and they spend a lot of time getting to know you. So something that you may inadvertently do is overpromise. That's something everybody does every now and again, and as long as you can deliver on time, it's okay. But you're going to come to a point in time where something goes wrong and you can't deliver and a client's going to be upset. So make sure you always underpromise and overdeliver. It sounds very simple, but it is very difficult to do in practice, especially when you're running 10 to 20 different jobs concurrently. So if you can underpromise and overdeliver to your clients, they're going to be very, very happy and you're going to seem like the hero every single time. That being said, if you need to tell your client you need a week to do this job, tell them you need a week and a half. I know you're probably not going to need that week and a half, but it gives you that little bit of relaxed time just in case anything goes wrong. Anyway, that's all for me today, guys. Thank you so much for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you smash that like button down below. Help this video with the YouTube algorithm. If you want to see more of my content, smash that subscribe button down below, because as always, I will see you next Monday.